We haven't done this show in over 5 months. Well, that's about to change because here we go. We're on the air, folks. Welcome back to Sports Weekly. What's going on, everybody? Happy Aloha Friday to all of you guys out there. Hope all of you guys are doing extremely well right now. And I want to welcome you guys to the first edition of Sports Weekly in like over 5 to 6 months. That's right. We are back. It's going to be a solo program. I felt like I had to get the show out to you guys today because there's a lot of things going on in the sports world right now. But before we get into all of that stuff, all that fun stuff, go ahead and check out our page at the MI6 Sports Network. You can check out our Instagram, Facebook, we're on X, Snapchat, wherever you get your podcasts. We're all over there. So go ahead and check it out. You don't want to miss one speck of content that we put out there. There's a lot of stuff, right now the football world is exploding. College football, it's conference championship weekend. You got the playoffs are going to be announced on Sunday. You got the NFL. We're going down the stretch right now before the playoffs hit. You got college football coaching carousel going crazy and spinning like crazy right now. The NBA is in full force. You got baseball winter meetings coming up next week. So a lot of signings should start happening and trades should start happening. It's just a very fun time right now in the sports world. And plus you got the holidays. So it's just a fun time overall. Go ahead and, follow us. You don't want to miss a second because we're going to be there every second to break down all the big news, all the big stories, all the big games in the world of sports. And we're going to have our holiday specials coming up next, I think, in a couple of weeks as well. So make sure you guys tune in for that. But what's up, everybody? My name is Isaiah Leong. Thanks for joining me tonight. I know this is kind of an impromptu show, but there's a lot of stuff going on into the sports world. So felt like just had to get this out there to you guys, like I said earlier. Well, let's get into our first topic for tonight here of Sports Weekly. Let's get into the Detroit Lions-Cowboys Thursday night football game. And boy, there was a lot at stake in this game. Both teams are fighting for that final playoff spot in the NFC, currently occupied by yours truly, 49ers. The Lions, winner of that game, would stay 2 games back of the 49ers. The loser of that game would be 2.5 games back. And barring a Niners win next week, would be 3 games back. So there was a lot at stake in this game in Detroit. It was a fun game, back and forth. But I think really the game came down to one thing. It came down to defense. Detroit even though they gave up a bevy of points, was able to get timely stops. While the Dallas Cowboys, on the other hand, we've known for this entire season that they cannot get a stop. It doesn't matter who they get at the trade deadline. They got Quinnen Williams. They got, Logan Wilson. It doesn't matter. It's not helping. The scheme was awful in this game. They couldn't get a stop. They couldn't tackle. They gave up a lot of yards. Running backs are running free. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs had a big game in this game. But the bottom line is this. The Dallas Cowboys, little fluky playoff run or dreams of playoffs, that lasted 3 weeks. Well, that is now into the dumpster. It is over. The Dallas Cowboys, ladies and gentlemen, are not going to make the playoffs this season. But when you think about what transpired and why the game went the way it did, simple as this. The Detroit Lions took advantage of the lack of defense and the awful defense of the Dallas Cowboys. They ran the ball down the Cowboys' throats. They were able to get the passing game going with the play action. Dan Campbell called some really good plays. Very, very impressed by his play calling. He's not known for being a play caller. So for him to be able to call the plays like he did, it was very, very impressive. I thought Dak played very well. It was troubling to see CeeDee Lamb go out with a concussion. Hopefully he's okay. But the defense, like they say, defense is what wins championships. And the Dallas Cowboys are not even going to go to the playoffs, let alone go to the championship, because they can't play defense. They just cannot play defense. And I think that's what has hurt Dallas through the entire season. Jahmyr Gibbs, like I said, was an absolute monster in this game. He had that late touchdown to seal the game for the Detroit Lions. I thought that fourth, offensive pass interference call, I thought it was kind of suspect, because you can see when Ferguson goes, he's running his route and he's going to the end zone. The defender grabs him by the hip and sort of turns him around slightly. That should have been DPI, in my opinion. That should not have been offensive pass interference. But, that was a call that I think could have changed the game, because if Dallas gets defensive pass interference, they get it first and goal right there. They punch it in for a touchdown, and not a lot of time expires off the clock. So that was a huge bad call by the officials. I do side with Brian Schottenheimer and the Dallas Cowboys in that end, but they don't play defense, and that's the problem with the Cowboys. They like the Micah Parsons trade. You can say it for what it is, and I still got an issue with it, but that's not the story of the tape. The bottom line is this: the Dallas Cowboys, they don't have a defense, and when with Micah Parsons, you probably could have masked some of the issues right now defensively, but right now you don't have him. You don't have him. He's in Green Bay. He's not in Dallas. So all the pieces that you're trying to put together, they just can't stop anybody. And that's why they're not going to make the playoffs this year. So the Cowboys playoffs hopes are absolutely dead. It's done. Goodbye. And the Detroit Lions, look, they're still alive for another week. We'll see what happens. But it was a good season-saving win, in my opinion, for the Detroit Lions. But yeah, give me your guys' thoughts on this game and what you guys think about this game between the Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions beat the Dallas Cowboys. Final score of 44-30. Look, it was an offensive shootout. It was a really, really fun game. It was a great game, but in the end, the Detroit Lions, they beat the Cowboys and saved their season, at least for another week. Let's get into it's already week 14 of the NFL season. So wow, it's week 14. I believe it's week 3rd. No, it's week 14. Yeah. Week 14 of the NFL season comes up started last night. It is going to be going on Sunday. By the way, if you guys want to join in here on Sports Weekly, feel free to click the link down below. I will put the link down to the stream right in the comments section. So if you want to, feel free to chime in, just hop on and click on the link and hop on, and we will be able to talk some sports. Hope you guys are doing well here on this Aloha Friday, y'all. All right, let's get into it. Some NFL games to that I'm excited about here on week 14. I want to say this. I'm very excited for Bengals and the Bills. You know, the Bengals are desperate. They won last week. Joe Burrow is back. That was a huge win by them, but they still have a long way to go to save their season. They play the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. It's going to be snowing in Orchard Park this upcoming Sunday morning or afternoon in Buffalo. So Burrow versus Allen in the snow, the mystique of it. Oh my God. It's gonna be a fun matchup between those two. I don't think it's gonna be as high scoring, but still the snowfall. You got Joe Burrow, you got Josh Allen. It's gonna be some fun football coming on Sunday. So definitely looking forward to that game. Steelers Ravens is another game that I am definitely looking forward to, because right now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, things are not going the way they want to, obviously, but this is a huge battle. These two teams absolutely hate each other. It's always fun when these two teams play against each other. So definitely looking forward to that game. And then I think the other game that I'm looking forward to here on this NFL Week 13, you know, there's a lot of really good games on this slate. I mean, you got Bears Packers. That's going to be a fun game in Lambeau Field. The upstart Bears, are they for real or not? We shall see. They go into Green Bay. That's going to be cold. You've got the Rams and the Cardinals. I think that's a sneaky good game. You got the Rams, you know, after coming off that stunning loss to the Panthers last week. How can they bounce back? Well, they play the Cardinals in Arizona, the upstart Cardinals. Can the Cardinals with Jacoby Brissett, can they find some magic here? You know, you look at Colts and Jaguars. That's a battle for the AFC South. Definitely looking for that game. A lot of stuff at implications there. Browns and Titans, battle for the number 1 overall pick. That should definitely be a very fun game, in my opinion, to tune into. But I think when you look at like this slate, right, there's a lot of stuff at stake, the division battles and all that. Seahawks, Falcons. Atlanta has melted down right now, but going into Atlanta, a West Coast team traveling to an East Coast team, that's always a rough one. So I could see the Seahawks getting upset by the Falcons in this game. That's one that's on my radar right now as a game that, like, look, I'm gonna keep an eye on that one. I'm gonna keep an eye on that one and see how that one goes. But yeah, those are my games that I'm looking forward to. Bills, Bengals tops it all. Then you got the Steelers and Ravens. And then I'm definitely going to check in on the Seahawks and the Falcons game. And then in the afternoon time, we're going to be watching the Rams and the Cardinals. And don't forget about Colts and the Jaguars. That's going to be a fun game. Two good play callers in Liam Cohen and Shane Steichen going at it. And then you have the quarterbacks in Daniel Jones and Trevor Lawrence going at it. That should be fun in Jacksonville. But guys, well, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be back. This is our NFL segment. We'll be back for some college football fun, because there's a lot of stuff right now going on in the college football world. All right, looks like I got a guest with me. Shardo, what's up, man? Oh, how are you doing here on this Friday? Welcome into Sports Weekly, my friend.
Hey, what's up, Isaiah? How you doing tonight?
Shardo, are you there? I can't hear you.
Hey, Isaiah, how you doing tonight? How you doing? Are you doing this afternoon?
You might want to turn on your mic because I can't hear you right now, sadly.
Isaiah, how you doing today?
Okay, looks like Shardo's having some tech issues right now at the moment. But let's get into some college football. We got conference championship weekend, as I said. A lot of stuff is going on in the college football world right now. Before we get into those conference championships, though, let's get into the big news the out of the college football world, ladies and gentlemen, that Penn State is finalizing a deal to make Iowa State head coach Matt Campbell their next head coach, according to reports. That's the breaking news right now, as you guys can see it right here. Matt Campbell could be the next head coach at Iowa State. Let me see. We got Shardo. Shardo, do we got you?
Hey, what's up, Isaiah? How you doing today? Hey, Isaiah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
Hey,
I was gonna
Isaiah,
ask you.
how you doing today? How's your day been? How's your job at Alaska going?
It's been good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm going to a Christmas party, by the way, today.
Oh, nice. That's why we put up the screen for Christmas, because it is Christmas season right now. But I want to ask you, there's first of all, what you think about the Cowboys and the Lions game last night on Thursday Night Football?
I mean, the Cowboys and Lions was a really good game. I mean, the Cowboys came out and played hard. They played strong. I think both teams played really well. I think the Lions should have won that game, but the Cowboys came out and played their best game yesterday. So I got to give credit. I got to give credit to both teams. I mean, both teams played their heart out there on the field.
Yeah, the Lions saved their season with the win last night. The Cowboys, they just couldn't play any defense, in my opinion, so that's why they lost. But quickly, Shardo, before we get into college football, what are some Week 14 games that you're interested in watching this week? I know the Niners are not playing; we're on a bye week, but what are some games that you are interested in watching?
So what are some of the games from Week 14? Because I haven't looked at the schedule, so I have to see the schedule. I don't really know how to answer that question to you.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of games. We got the Bengals and the Bills, Joe Burrow versus Josh Allen. That's going to be a fun matchup in Buffalo in the snow. You got the Ravens and the Steelers. You got the Colts and the Jaguars. You got the Vikings against the Commanders. You got the Broncos against the Raiders. You've got the Eagles against the Chargers. Like, there's a lot of really good games, fun games that are going to be happening this weekend. A lot of games with a lot of like serious things at stake this week, so it's going to definitely be a very, very fun game or fun weekend for sure. But yeah, what are out of those games that I just listed, what are some games that you're looking forward to?
The four games I'm looking forward to watching in Week 14, I'm going with Colts and Jaguars. That's number one. Bengals and Bills number two. Steelers and Ravens number three. And I'm going Eagles and Chargers number four.
All right, that's a good list. That's a really, really good list. I really like it. But yeah, let's get into some college football. It's conference championship weekend right now. A lot of conference championship games going on starting tonight, actually. But before we get into that, we got to get into the big news, and that is Matt Campbell, who has been a lot of teams have been interested in him over the past several years, including teams like Nebraska, Michigan, USC, Notre Dame, and even NFL teams like the Jets, the Giants, and even the Detroit Lions before they hired Dan Campbell Well, Matt Campbell may be finally leaving Iowa State as the Penn State long coaching search looks to be nearing its end, as Matt Campbell and Penn State are nearing an agreement that will have him leave Iowa State, the program that he's built there in Iowa State, for Penn State and the big lights of Happy Valley. Shardo, I want to tell you my reaction to this news of Matt Campbell going to Penn State is that Penn State's coaching search has been an absolute disaster. They've gotten turned down by 8 different coaching candidates that they were interested in. But all of those candidates said no, 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 no. I'm not going to Penn State. I'm not going to Penn State. I'm not going to Penn State. Even the assistants that were interested in Penn State, like Brian Hartline of Ohio State, he went somewhere else. So for them to be able to land a Matt Campbell is a great rebound by Penn State. Everybody that's in Happy Valley right now should be jumping up and down, doing backflips on the road, because it's a great hire for Penn State. This is a grand slam hire. Every big college has been wanting Matt Campbell. Even NFL teams have been wanting Matt Campbell to come to be their coach. That's how great of a coach he is when you have all these top teams wanting you to come and be their head coach. Iowa State is a college that is not known for being a big football program. They're a team that, they're okay if they win like 7 games a year. They're very happy with that. But Matt Campbell has consistently won 8 to 10 games every single year at Iowa State. And you look at some of the players that he's developed, like Chuba or Breece Hall, Brock Purdy, 49ers quarterback. Like this guy, like nobody knew who Brock Purdy was. Matt Campbell knew who he was because Matt Campbell went and found him to be his quarterback at Iowa State. So this is a great hire. This guy knows how to find talent that nobody sees. This guy knows how to build a program. This guy knows how to install a culture. This is a plus hire by Penn State if they get that deal. If they get that deal done, I think Matt Campbell will win championships at Penn State. But what is your thought on this hire?
For me, I think it was a great hire for Matt Campbell to be the newest head coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions. I mean, I think he's going to make this organization great. I think Penn State is already a really great football program, and bringing in a guy like Matt Campbell is going to make this team even better. Because, you want to bring in all the talented coaches into your organization and make them top notch. I think that this guy, when I heard about it, I was ecstatic. I mean, like getting this guy to play for to coach Penn State, all the fans who love this organization. I think he's gonna bring a lot of great stuff to this organization, to this group. And it's when you get these hires, man, they're like blockbuster moves. Like it's gonna be like it's gonna be all over social media. People are gonna be hearing it. I mean, it's gonna be like one of the biggest news like of the whole year. Like everybody's gonna be like, Matt Campbell is the newest head coach at Penn State. Look, we're going to be the greatest college football program out there. I mean, what were your thoughts when the Penn State Nittany Lions hired Matt Campbell to be their next head football coach at Penn State?
I was extremely joyful because I think that I've been wanting to see number one, I've been wanting to see Matt Campbell go from little Iowa State to a big time program like Penn State. I think like this guy at little Iowa State, he was already like doing very well there, like really good stuff there, consistently having them in the championship games. And now he's going to go to a bigger school with a lot more resources and money, and to be able to get better players, like this guy's going to win championships at Penn State. So I think this is a really, really great hire for Penn State. I really do. I think it's an amazing hire that they were able. He should have been their number one candidate from the beginning, but finally they got to him, and I think they made the right hire.
These are the 4 things that people don't know much about Matt Campbell. Number 1, ESPN ranked him as the Sports 10 best coach. Number 2, he had unprecedented success at Iowa State. Number 3, he reportedly turned down major offers interest before. And number 4, he's friends with a nearby NFL head coach and Nick Sirianni.
There you go. Super Bowl champion Nick Sirianni, too. By the way, we do have some breaking news from this situation.
And something you didn't know about Matt Campbell. He played college football for Division One Mount Union, Ohio, and where he was roommates and teammates with Nick Sirianni, the Philadelphia Eagles head coach.
Speaking of this developing story, Matt Campbell, there's been a team meeting called at Iowa State where Matt Campbell most likely is going to inform his team at Iowa State that he's taking the job at Penn State. But bravo, grand slam hire for Matt Campbell. Happy for Matt Campbell. Happy for Penn State. And now, I think Ohio State, you better enjoy your last little run of winning the Big Ten championships because Penn State's coming. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Penn State is coming for Ohio State's throne. And it's only a matter of time until they take the throne from Ohio State. But Shardo, let's get into some conference championships, shall we? Conference championship games. We got a lot of
subscribe. There's a YouTuber, Katie Feeney. She has a YouTube channel. She went to Penn State. She's I think she's part of their media team, and she gets to go down the field. So you should subscribe to her channel, man. She's great. You know, she went to Penn State, so you know you should go and you should check her content out. It's her, she went to Penn State, so if you like Penn State, you should go and subscribe to her YouTube channel. She has a lot of subscribers on her channel, so if you like Penn State, go and subscribe to her.
All right, let's get into some conference championship games. Me and Chardot will make our picks. There's, I think, 6 conference championship games, if I'm not mistaken, but let's start the ones tonight. We've got the Mountain West Championship game that's going to start at 5 p.m. Pacific time, so in about 30 minutes from now. We got Boise State facing UNLV. Chardot, I'll go to you first on this. Boise State or UNLV, who do you got and what's the score? You got the Broncos or do you got the Rebels?
I'm going with the Boise State Broncos getting the win over the UNLV Rebels. I'm going Boise State winning 45-42. I got them winning on a game-winning field goal.
All right, I think that's a good pick. I'm gonna go with UNLV over Boise, actually. I think Dan Mullen wins his first conference championship in his first year in UNLV. I just think Boise, there's something missing with Boise this year. They haven't had their quarterback a lot this season with injuries and stuff like that. So I'm going to go with UNLV. I think UNLV wins it, but I think it's 31-27. It's a very exciting game. Let's go to the next.
For me, I'm a longtime San Jose State Spartan. I'm an alum. San Jose State Spartans are not in the Mountain West Conference championship game this year. I think that's a snub. I think we should have made it. But our record was so horrible. We just got obliterated by Fresno State. Great program, great organization. But yeah, we should have been in the Mountain West Conference championship game this year. But our team we didn't have a good record, but hopefully we'll try and run it back next year.
All right, let's go to the next one. We got the American Athletic Conference Championship, Chardot. We've got North Texas against Tulane. For me, I'm gonna go first on this. I'm gonna go with the upset. Tulane's head coach just left to become the next head coach at Florida. He's still coaching in that game, even though he's going to be coaching Florida next year. He's not going to be coaching at Tulane. I think there's a lot of distraction right now at Tulane. So give me North Texas. North Texas is going to win. I know North Texas's head coach, he's leaving as well for Oklahoma State, but the coach of Tulane leaving for Florida, it's still raw. It's still like a recent thing. I'm going to go with North Texas pulling off the upset over Tulane, and I'm going to go 27-24. I think North Texas knocks off Tulane on a game-winning field goal. How about you?
So I'm going with North Texas getting the win over Tulane. I'm going to go North Texas winning 24-21 over Tulane.
All right, I think that's a good score. All right, let's get into the big game. Tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon, I am so excited for this game, Shardo. I've been wanting this game. I've been wanting this team, and I finally get them. Ladies and gentlemen, the Georgia Bulldogs, like Shardo's picture right there with the Georgia Bulldogs Sikkim. The Georgia Bulldogs are playing the Alabama Crimson Tide on this Saturday for the SEC championship. A lot of stuff at stake in this game. As you guys can see it right here. Yep, Alabama, Georgia. Like you guys can see it on the background right here. It's going to be a lot of fun. Kalen DeBoer versus Kirby Smart. Alabama actually beat Georgia in the first meeting that these two teams had in September. Alabama went into Georgia and beat Georgia by 1. Shardo, give me the dogs. Give me the dogs in a rematch, in a revenge game. Georgia's out for blood. They're out for revenge. They're out to redeem themselves, and they're going to come in hungry. They're going to come in angry, and they're going to come in and beat the brakes out of Alabama. Alabama has struggled recently. Their offense has not looked the same. Georgia's defense has been getting a lot better throughout the season. Their offense, we know they can put up a lot of points with quarterback Gunnar Stockton leading them. I'm going to go Georgia winning this game. Final score of 27-13. I don't think Alabama's going to be able to. Their offense is going to be inconsistent. I think the dogs come out early. They come out blitzing Bama early, and I think that they get after their quarterback, Ty Simpson, early in this game, and I think that they make life miserable for him. So 27-13. I'm going Georgia winning this game. How about you?
I'm going with the Georgia Bulldogs getting the 65-14 win over the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Wow, that's a big score you got there. Wow, that would be something for sure. So me and Shardo both got Georgia. Let's go to the Big 12 championship game. We've got BYU and Tech versus Texas Tech at Jerry's World Cowboys Stadium in Arlington. Shardo, I'll go first to you on this. You gonna go with BYU or you gonna go with Texas Tech?
So I'm going to be going with Texas Tech getting the 24-23 win over BYU.
Okay, I like it. So you have who? BYU winning?
I'm going with Texas Tech getting the 24-23 win over BYU.
This is tough because both teams are really good. And there's a lot of stuff at stake for the playoff, but I'm not a big believer in Texas Tech. I think that they're kind of like, they haven't really played a lot of strong opponents, and when they did, they lost that game. Give me BYU to win. I think BYU gets revenge, wins this game. It's going to be physical. It's going to be tough, but I think BYU wins it. I'm going to go 23-17. I think I like the Cougars defense. I like their quarterback a lot. But yeah, give me the Cougars to win this game. Let's go to the Big Ten championship. Number 1, Ohio State versus number 2, Indiana. This is the late night games. This is going to be a really fun battle, Shardo. I'm going with Indiana. Ohio State their offense their offense this year has not really like impressed me, to be honest. Their quarterback Julian Sang, he's been okay, but they haven't really like done it well. I mean, they've done well. They scored a lot of points, but they haven't faced tough competition. Their defense has been playing well, but they haven't faced tough competition. This is their first true test where they're facing a good offense and a good defense, and I think they fall in this game. Indiana with Kurt Signetti, they're physical. They're a power football team. Fernando Mendoza may be the next number one draft pick quarterback, former quarterback of Cal, by the way. He's quarterbacking Indiana right now. I'm going to go with Indiana in an upset. Give me Indiana to upset Ohio State and wreak havoc in college football.
So I'm going with the Indiana Hoosiers getting the 31-24 win over the Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm going with them winning on a game-winning touchdown from Fernando Mendoza to Omar Cooper Jr.
Okay, good pick. Good pick. All right, and then last but not least, this is a game that I don't even know why we're picking this game. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous that you have a 7-5 team make the ACC championship, but it is what it is. You got Virginia against Duke. It's kind of like a college basketball battle, but Chardot, I'll go to you first on this. Virginia or Duke?
I'm going with Virginia getting the 28-14 win over who are the teams again?
It's Virginia and it's the Duke Blue Devils.
So I'm going with Virginia winning 28-14 versus Duke.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm leaning Virginia. Like I think Virginia wins, but I could see Duke winning because Virginia is kind of like they've been, very close in every game of losing. So like when you're skidding on that path of like almost being defeated, in the end you're almost always gonna lose. When you're playing with fire like that. But I'm gonna go with Virginia, but I could see Duke winning in this game. But yeah, those are our college football conference championship picks. Enjoy conference championship weekend, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. But let's get into some other fun before we call it a night. We got one last topic, baseball. The winter meetings are here, Chardot. It's coming up actually on next week or starting on Sunday. Into next week. It's a great time with the winter meetings. That's when a lot of signings and big bombshell trades happen. Buster Posey's going to be there. Tony Vitello's going to be there. Chris Young's going to be there. Skip Schumacher's going to be there. Everybody's going to be there. Every team in baseball is going to be there. This is where big signings happen and big trades happen. And there's already a lot of rumors that star pitchers like Mackenzie Gore and Tarek Skubal could be traded. Chardot, let me ask you this. If you're the San Francisco Giants, you're a Giants fan with Tony Vitello stepping in now as manager. What are some things you want to see the Giants do at the winter meetings this next week? All right, looks like we lost Chardot, but I'm gonna tell you guys what I want the Rangers to do in the winter meetings. The winter meetings are coming up. Like I said, next week. For me, I think there's the three things I want the Texas Rangers to do at the winter meetings is I want the Texas Rangers I want the Texas Rangers to go big. Texas with the addition of Brandon Nimmo, it looked like they're shedding payroll, but they're trying to win. Okay, you need a catcher. You just non-tendered Jonah Heim, so you have a spot at the catching position. It looks like that you need a catcher, and there's been those rumors that Adley freaking Rushman is available via trade. So when there's some smoke, there's fire. So I want the Rangers to go get Adley Rushman at the winter meetings and hook up with Baltimore on a trade. But Chardot is back. Chardot, how are
My
you doing?
phone ran out of battery, so I had to plug into a charger.
You're good, man. I was just gonna ask you with the winter meetings coming up next week. That's always a time where a lot of bombshell signings and trades always go down. What do you want the Giants to do at the winter meetings?
So I want the Giants to to get some good players. I mean, we just got Ron Washington as our new I think pitching coach. I don't know what his role is, but we just got Ron Washington on the Giants, so that's a big addition. I just want us to get some good players, man. We just let Marco Luciano go. We just waived him. We sent him to the Pittsburgh Pirates. But I think that the Giants are gonna do some great things in winter meetings, man. Like I'm really excited what they're gonna be talking about in the winter meetings and what Buster Posey and Tony Vitello are gonna be talking about in the clubhouse, talking about what they're gonna do with moving forward with the Giants.
Yeah, I'm interested to see like what big players get traded. Like, there's already rumors that Mackenzie Gore from the Nationals, one of their top pitchers, could be traded. Tarek Skubal, the all-star superstar pitcher from the Tigers, somehow, some way could be traded at the winter meetings. And then you have some of these free agents like Kyle Schwarber, and you have others that could sign at the winter meeting. So it's very exciting for sure. Like Edwin Diaz. I want like I said, Shardo, I want the Rangers to trade for Baltimore Orioles young catcher Ali Rushman. The Rangers have a need at catcher. I think he would fit the Rangers nicely as a young player to the Rangers can build on for like the next 10 years. So I do want to see that. And I want to see the Rangers get a closer because last year this team went closer by committee. We know that never works. I want to see the Rangers get a closer at the winter meetings and maybe bring back Merrill Kelly. I like Merrill Kelly. I think he brings a lot of experience and depth to the starting rotation, which we need. So I do want to see them bring him back. And then if I want to go really aggressive, how about the Rangers bring in Alex Bregman? I mean, Josh Young has been mentioned as a trade candidate. We'll trade him and bring in Alex Bregman, shore up the defense. I know you have to pay a big buck for him, but still, shore up the defense, bring him in, and then I think that I think that your defense would be very solid. I mean, imagine Bregman and Seager, third base, Seager at short. I mean, that would be one hell of a defense and one hell of a combo in your batting lineup for sure. But that's what I want for the Rangers. Shardo, it's been a great show, man. Appreciate you joining me on this first Sports Weekly edition in quite a long time. What's your final thoughts before we call it a night? Because I got to go and watch some conference championship coming up after we end this program.
My final thoughts are that it was a great show. You always kill it every single time. I love hopping on the show to talking sports with you. It's always a great time. Anytime you're doing a show, and if I'm not doing anything and I'm not busy, I would love to hop on your show and talk sports with you. But man, it's been a great time coming on, and hope you have a good rest of your afternoon, Isaiah.
Yeah, you too, man. Appreciate everybody appreciate you, Shardo, for jumping on with me. It was a fun show. By the way, breaking news, last breaking news that we have before we end the program. It's official. Matt Campbell is headed to Penn State. He's the new head coach of Penn State. He just finalized an 8-year deal to be the head coach at Penn State. It's official. It is done. Shardo, one last word. Your reaction to Matt Campbell officially becoming the head coach at Penn State.
My reaction to Matt Campbell being the next head coach at Penn State, it's a blockbuster move. They're gonna be such a great team with him as with being a great addition to the team to the organization. And they're gonna win a lot of games with Matt Campbell as their head coach. It's official. It's done.
Yeah,
He's the new head coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions.
I know. It's a great hire. It's a great hire. Bravo to Penn State for this hire. He's gonna win championships at Penn State. So but yeah, let's end on that. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Appreciate all the comments.
And I'm gonna have a great time on my Christmas party tonight. I'm gonna be attending a Christmas party tonight. So I wanna start off the holiday season on the right note. Holidays are almost here. Christmas is almost here. If you're gonna be doing a Christmas holiday spectacular, I would love to come on if you plan to do a holiday theme show. I would love to come on and talk Christmas with you. We could probably have some Christmas trivia on there. We could talk about our favorite Christmas foods on there. Maybe some of our favorite, maybe like what gifts we want to get for Christmas. We could also talk about that on the show as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think we might have one on like December 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. So circle that date, December 22nd. I think we're gonna have our Christmas.
Definitely include me in there. I definitely want to be part of the show if you're gonna be having one.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. We'd love to have you on, but it's been a great show. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is Isaiah signing off. That's Chardot right there. Have a great rest of your Friday, everybody, and enjoy.
Let's go Georgia. Let's take down Alabama. Let's go Dogs.
Love the
Go
spirit.
Dogs, go.
Love the spirit, man. All right, guys. Enjoy conference championship weekend, and we will see you again.
Go Dogs!